Yes, the blood loss results to loss of iron production.
Yes.
So there's some of the things that you can actually do to enhance that our iron levels are at the normal levels always. Number one, I find it very interesting that you can combine the two, the heme iron and the non-heme iron together. It increases the amount of iron in your body.
A good example of
A good example, you can take your meat, your beef, combine it with what? Beans, like at the same time.
interesting.
Yes, so that one increases the availability of iron in your body.
Hello and welcome back to Your Health Kenya, a space where we get to discuss everything matters health. Once again, I really do hope that you've been enjoying this reproductive health, a series that we have been doing, just unpacking a deeper conversation in regards to reproductive health, particularly for women and the different conditions that we go through, as well as experts' advice, medical advice, as well as nutritionists. And today's conversation, it is with a nutritionist, and we get to unpack how nutrition is linked to iron deficiency and how you can just ensure that as a woman you maintain a healthy lifestyle in regards to just ensuring that your iron levels are high. As we have unpacked some of the conversations before, just getting to see how some of these conditions lead to severe anemia. And so because of that, and even just being a woman, just through menstruation, it's important for us to ensure that our iron levels are high. And to unpack this conversation, it is a face that you've seen here before. Karibu sana, Mora.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it is good to have you with me to just unpack this conversation in regards to just iron and iron deficiency, just among women.
Yes.
So my first question would be which type of foods, to be particular, are high in iron?
Okay. We have a specific foods that are high in iron. And maybe before we go further, when you say iron deficiency, it results to what? Anemia.
Yes.
What does this mean? It means that you as a person, you're not able to produce enough hemoglobin, HB. And this hemoglobin helps in the transportation of oxygen around our bodies. So foods that enhance the production of this hemoglobin, production of iron. Iron enhances hemoglobin production. So foods rich in iron, we are referring to the animal products.
Okay.
Animal products, so I'm talking about the meat, which can be either beef or from the goat, like generally the meat. We are talking about the poultry, the chicken, the turkey, all of those. And also specifically, the highest type of food that contains the highest amounts of iron is the liver. The liver, because this is where iron is stored. So when you get to eat this particular liver, you get the highest amount of what? Iron. Yes. So besides that, besides the animal products,
So that's the heme iron.
the heme iron, which is the readily absorbed form of iron. So besides,
So most of it is found in animal
yes,
products.
it's found in animal products, and it's more, let's say, more absorbed on our bodies. We also have another type of iron, which is known as what? Non-heme iron, which is present in plant products, the lentils, the beans, all those form of cereals, the maharages, they contain that iron. Yes.
So the plant iron, does it mean they're less absorbable, or?
Yes, let's say in simple words, this iron that you get from plant products, it's lesser.
Okay.
It's
in
less
terms of quantity.
In terms of quantity, it's less. Like it's less biological.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if you want a high level of iron, then it can most of it comes from animal products.
Exactly.
If it's plant products, it's a reduced level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think the other question that I was going to ask is how does iron deficiency impact our overall health?
Okay. In terms of overall health, let me start maybe with women. For example, if a woman goes into pregnancy with low amounts of iron, this particular woman is likely to get a preterm child, or along the way, they are going to maybe experience a miscarriage. And if they carry this pregnancy to term, it's going to result to maybe a low birth weight child. Yes. So in that case, those are some of the complications that we get in women if they have low iron in their bodies. So besides that, iron also is very much essential in transporting oxygen to the brain. So cognitive impairment, you're going to experience that. The functionality of the brain is going to be reduced.
Okay.
Iron. Apart from that also, long-term deficiency of this iron, it can also affect the functionality of the heart, whereby someone is going to have what we call cardiomegaly, the heart enlarging. Why? Because it's struggling to pump blood, which is insufficient in what? In oxygen. That's how. Another thing, in terms of physical activity, it will be impaired. This is a person who will be always fatigued. So doing one or two things, he does something and then along the way they get tired. There's that chronic fatigue that they can experience. Dizziness, lightheadedness, those are the things that you can experience if you're having iron deficiency. Yes.
Which leads me to the next question in terms of what are some of the signs and symptoms of low iron in our bodies.
Yes. So the signs and symptoms, number one, we're going to expect paleness. Paleness, when you look at someone's eyes, you find that they are very pale. Yes. Apart from that, we also experience a fatigue.
So that is the eyes and also the hands.
Yes, the hands, and even you can look at the legs,
the fingernails.
Yeah, they're pale.
So those are telltale signs.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you can say that they are white, meaning that there is no blood cells, the red blood cells there. Besides that, we've also discussed about fatigue, extreme fatigue, you can expect it. Dizziness, lightheadedness, because now the supply of oxygen to the brain is what? Is impaired. That's how. Apart from that, you can also say that this particular person, let's say in terms of functionality, physical activity is going to be low because the muscles are not getting that sufficient oxygen. Yes. Those are some of the signs.
So those are some of the signs. So once somebody begins to experience some of those signs, it means you need to take more iron.
Yeah. First of all, you go and get checked.
Okay.
So what is the amount of HB in your body?
Yeah.
It can be that or something else.
A blood test to just check your iron.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And I think I want to go back to the first question that I asked you in terms of which common sources are high in iron. And I was going to ask for women, because we go through menstrual cycles every month.
Yes.
So how can we incorporate in our meals? What would that look like to ensure that we maintain a high level of iron in our bodies as women, especially because of losing blood monthly? Yes,
the blood loss results to loss of iron, all that. So there's some of the things that you can actually do to enhance that our iron levels are at the normal levels always. Number one, I find it very interesting that you can combine the two, the heme iron and the non-heme iron together. It increases the amount of iron in your body.
A good example,
you can take your meat, your beef, combine it with what? Beans. Like at the same time.
Interesting.
Yes, so that one increases the availability of iron in your body. We also have, let's say, people that are vegetarians. You cannot tell them to take what? The animal products. So what do? You increase the quantity of these plant products. You eat them in a larger amount so that to meet your iron requirements in your body. Yes. Besides that, when you eat this particular iron-rich food, we also have another nutrient that you have to incorporate in there to enhance the absorption of what? The iron, the vitamin C. The vitamin C.
Yes, because I was going to ask.
Yes.
How I think there's that case of food interaction, and just the best way to ensure that there's a maximum intake or production of iron through the foods that we eat.
Yes, that's very good because this now vitamin C. And where do we get vitamin C from? The fruits and vegetables. And vitamin C is a very fragile vitamin. If you go to the market and then take the fruits that have been there for a very long period of time, that vitamin C it's leached out. So you have to take the fresh fruits and vegetables. So whenever you have, let's say, your iron-rich diet, make sure you eat it with the vitamin C.
Okay.
So like, for example, when you're having your beef, make sure there is what? Vegetables and fruits together. That's how. So that we enhance the iron absorption.
Yeah. Okay. And how often, like let's say monthly, how often should we incorporate, like maybe highest level of iron source food? For example, like, how they say, oh yeah, you should eat liver. So how often should that be monthly for a woman?
For a woman, let's say you're experiencing your monthly menstrual cycles every month. This is something that you have to start from day one to the end. It does not mean that you have to eat liver on a daily basis because you've said we have varieties of foods that can give us that iron. So if you have today the liver, tomorrow you can have the beans. Like every day, make sure that you incorporate that iron-rich food in your diet. Yes.
Okay. So don't wait until your menstrual cycle to now eat liver because I'm losing blood.
No.
After menstrual cycle, that's when you're eating liver the whole week. Okay. Just ensuring that you maintain, you continue eating foods rich in iron. Throughout menstrual cycle.
Yes, because that's what we are eating on an everyday basis. There's no way you can tell me that I only eat vegetables and ugali on a daily basis. You have to make sure that your diet is balanced according to your nutrient requirements. So make sure that it's balanced every day.
Okay. My next question is, are there specific groups of people who are at a higher risk of iron deficiency?
Yes, just the way you started by saying women on menstrual cycle.
Yeah, so women of reproductive age.
Yes, reproductive age. When we start that menstrual cycle, it gives us a high risk of getting the iron deficiency. Iron. When we increase the blood volume, the time is during adolescence and during pregnancy. That's when blood volume does what? Increases. So if you do not meet your iron requirements at that time, it means that you do what? You can get the anemia. That's how. Besides that, we also have, when you look at people that do not consume these particular foods, or just say they take low amounts of iron, they're likely to get what? A deficiency through blood loss. Blood loss, which happens through the menstrual cycle, which can happen during delivery, or you got a trauma, which is an accident, or you got maybe surgery and you lost some blood. You are likely to get the deficiency. Another thing, we have those people that are having malabsorption disorders. Like there is a disease known as the celiac disease. And Crohn's disease, whereby now your intestines are not functioning very well, and maybe you're not absorbing some of the nutrients very well. So at the end of the day, you can get the deficiency. Yes.
Okay, which leads me to the next question in terms of the role of supplements in increasing our iron levels. So at what point should a woman begin taking supplements? Especially because I think there are those women that they say there's some resistance going on in terms of production of iron. So when is it recommended for them to also take iron tablets?
Yes.
Or are there certain periods in a woman's journey where supplements are recommended?
Yes, there is a time that we can recommend supplements, especially when a blood test is done and you have a severe deficiency of what? Of iron. Otherwise, if your HB is kind of maybe low, it's not close. It's close to normal.
So what normal HB?
Normal HB is depends.
10,
From 11
11.
for women,
Yes.
from 11 to around 15 grams per deciliter.
Yeah.
And for men, I think it begins from 13 to 17 there. Yes. So if you find that it's closer to that 11, let's say it's 10 or it's 9, we shall recommend use the diet.
Okay.
But if it's lower, let's say less
7.
than, yes. That's
Anything from 7 and below.
Yes. That's when you can say you're going to get what? A supplement.
Okay.
But there are women, yes, to boost that iron in your body. But there are women that this supplement is kind of necessary for them. Let's say if you're a woman and you're planning for pregnancy. You need to plan for pregnancy, like we have a preconception nutrition. So if you go there to the hospital and you say that you're planning for your pregnancy, they will give you what? The iron supplements. And these iron supplements, if you're pregnant, they're being given to you during the first trimester, so that to meet your increased blood volume.
Are there any dangers of taking just iron supplements even if your HB levels are normal?
Yes, when you look at a supplement, we can say it's like a part of a dosage. It's a part of a dosage like any other drug. So obviously, higher dosages of these particular supplements, they can be what? Detrimental to your health.
Okay.
So you only take the supplements if you have what? A deficiency. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My other question is, can certain foods or medications interfere with the body's ability to absorb iron?
Yes, the same way we say that we have foods that enhance iron absorption, we still have foods or medications that hinder the absorption of iron. Number one, calcium. Calcium hinders iron absorption. For example, you take your meat, your beef, with your vegetables, and then you add a glass of milk, which is rich in calcium. So this calcium hinders the absorption of iron.
Okay, so meaning if you love taking a cup of milk, you should take it after a certain period of time?
Yes, after digestion, absorption has took place, which is like 3 hours later.
Interesting.
Yes, so do not take them together. And number two, we have caffeine. Caffeine hinders iron absorption. And where do we get the caffeine from? We get the caffeine from coffee, we get it from tea leaves, we get this caffeine from carbonated drinks and energy drinks. So there's no way you can have in a juice there and you're eating your iron-rich food because it can contain some of what? The caffeine. So eliminate caffeine. No, do not take that caffeine together with the foods containing what? Containing the iron. We also have phytates. Phytates are found in legumes. We have said legumes are a good source of iron, but still they contain that substance known as phytates that hinders the iron absorption. So to get rid of these phytates, it's advised that you soak your beans, your legumes, before cooking, so that will remove what? The phytates.
Oh, so even boiling doesn't remove them?
It can, but just soak them so that we have to make sure.
Soak them before boiling?
Yes, before boiling, to make sure that we eliminate all the phytates.
Okay. All right. So how can you improve iron absorption in our bodies?
Yeah, taking the vitamin C. And if someone is taking the iron supplements, it's advised that they take them on an empty stomach.
Okay.
So that it enhances what? the absorption. But if you have complaints like you take them on an empty stomach, you get the nausea and the vomiting, then that's when you can say just take them with what? The diet. Yes. Vitamin C, very important to enhance the iron absorption.
Vitamin C.
Yes.
And that one you say it's mostly fruits and vegetables.
Exactly.
Okay. And I think even when we were talking about the foods or sources rich in iron, we didn't talk about fruits. Are there specific fruits that are rich in iron?
We have people who say that when you take a fruit like beetroot,
Beetroot is the popular one. Beetroot, those that are red. Beetroots, I think, pomegranate.
Yeah. Dragon fruit.
Yes, dragon fruit,
Yeah.
yes.
So because that they are red, they're red in color, people think that they are going to do what? To add blood in your system.
Is it a myth or is it actually true?
I think it's a myth. And if it contains this particular iron you're talking about, it can be in traces, very low amounts.
Okay, so it should be classified under just the fruits and vegetables, like all the others.
All the others, it's a fruit. So you take it with the iron-rich food to enhance the absorption. Yes.
Okay, okay. And these are ones like nettle tea, or the one that you add and you mix. I mean, there's a lot of things out there, that they normally say it adds iron. But I think from what I'm also picking from this conversation, the core part is get your iron from
the diet.
From your diet.
Yes.
So these are either proteins in terms of meats, or now the legumes and the plant-based.
Yes, the pulses. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because those are scientifically those are the ones that give us the iron. We also have people saying that Rema, these vegetables they contain iron, but in real sense they might have the iron, but in very low amounts. So whenever you're taking that Rema, you're taking the spinach, take it with that particular lentil or beans or a meat. Yes.
Okay. All right. Finally, as we learn this conversation, are there any long-term consequences of untreated iron deficiency?
Yeah, we have long-term consequences for that. And maybe I mentioned them earlier, like cardiomegaly. Yes, whereby now your heart will be struggling so much to pump the insufficient oxygen blood. We also have cognitive impairment, like you cannot be able to think well, to function well in terms of your brain, and performance in general. Your physical performance, it will be impaired. You are that particular person, even though you've woken up right now, you still feel like you are fatigued, like umechoka. So you see, those are the consequences of what? Iron deficiency. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for helping us unpack today's conversation on just iron deficiency and how nutrition comes into play to ensure that we maintain a normal level of iron in our bodies. All right, that's it for today's conversation. I hope you've learned something in regards to the type of foods that you can take to ensure that you maintain normal to high levels of iron in your body. Either from plant or animal-based iron. But that's it. I really do hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Goodbye.